Today, I'm going to talk about a protein that you need to know about, and that is collagen. If you are somebody who's always wanted to have strong, youthful, radiant skin, and you also care about your joints, and you want them to be flexible and pain-free, you want to have a resilient body that ages well, then what you need to know is that boosting your collagen is actually very, very important. And today I'm going to show you the best foods and the best lifestyle habits that's going to help you repair and fortify your body's collagen. And that's really from the inside out so that you can actually thrive, all right? Because that's what we always want to do in our lives, is to actually thrive. Now, you've probably heard about collagen in beauty products or maybe even lip injections. You know, the people that you see that look like really, really puffy lips. And maybe that kind of turns you off from the idea of collagen. But it's true. Collagen is found in cosmetics and in plastic surgery and for body enhancement. But it's much more than a cosmetic buzzword. And that's really what I want to talk to you about today, is what role does collagen play in health, and how can you actually enhance your own collagen, and why do you want it to do it? All right, so collagen is a natural protein that plays an absolutely fundamental and key role in keeping your body strong and resilient. All right, it is also important if you want your body to heal naturally. So let's go ahead and start by defining what is collagen and what does it do for our health. All right, ready? Let's dive in. So I told you that collagen is a protein. In fact, it's one of the most abundant proteins in our body. Our body's largely made out of protein, okay? It makes up about 30% of our body's protein content. Imagine that. That's like a third of our body is actually made of collagen. And what collagen does is it acts like scaffolding between our tissues and our organs. It kind of holds everything together, all right? So if you imagine a building that is actually our body, the stuff inside it, the scaffolding, all right, that actually helps keep everything together, is actually made of collagen. That's 30% of our body. Now, this is kind of like a protein net. It provides structure, though. Net's kind of like soft and flexible. This actually provides tensile strength and structure, right? You ever see inside a building, in the sides of the walls of the building, they'll actually have iron rods and poles? This is kind of like that. It provides actually structure and support. And what does it support? Well, it supports not only skin, but it also supports our muscles. It supports our bones and our connective tissue that's found in joints. All right. Really, really important. And in fact, the word collagen itself actually means glue. It comes from a Greek word, kolla, all right, which actually means glue. All right. So you're going to think about collagen as the glue and the structural support of our body. Now, if you don't have enough collagen, why is that a problem? Well, based on what I just told you, your body is going to become weakened and our structures actually start to fall apart, right? And in fact, as we age, that's actually what happens. If our collagen starts to actually decline. Sagging skin needs more collagen. Joints that aren't working so well, in fact, they may be painful, not enough collagen. Collagen's wearing down, all right? And collagen is actually really, really important for healing as well. So if you're an older person who cuts themselves, all right, not going to heal. Even if it's like you're cutting vegetables in the kitchen. Oops, you sliced your skin. All right. When you were a kid, right, or you're a teenager, or even in your 20s, that wound healed up fast. You're 50, you're 60, or maybe even older, that wound starts to heal more slowly. You know why? Your collagen levels are actually down, and you need collagen for actually healing, all right? If you have surgery, now you're really doing cutting, very deliberately, intentionally. Somebody who's older getting surgery is always going to heal more slowly than somebody who's younger, who kind of bounces right back really quickly, all right? Older people take a little longer to heal up, and that's partly due to the lack of collagen, declining collagen as we age. There's no magic age. The collagen begins to decline. It's kind of like we have a lot of it, maintain it. And then at a certain point, it starts to wane, like let's say 60 years old and above, maybe for some people even younger. But that is actually a connection between collagen and aging, this protein that makes up 30% of our body, goes down when we age. And because this protein is important for structural strength, resiliency, healing, that's why I'm actually making this video about collagen, so you can actually understand why it's important. It's not just injecting your lips, all right? Now, your body's actually making collagen right from the time that you were still in your mom's womb, all right? And after you were born, it was still making more collagen. Of course, as you're getting older and growing up, your body has to shape itself, and that body sculpture requires that collagen to be able to shape your shoulders and shape your hips and shape your the body contours, all right? So through childhood, through adolescence, through young adulthood, your body needs to make collagen, and we don't really notice our collagen declining until, after middle age. But in fact, studies have shown that our body's production of collagen goes up as we're, developing. Then after about 25, the production of collagen slows down. Doesn't mean that it breaks down. It means that it starts to slow down. We start to notice our collagen problems when our collagen is breaking down. But our production of collagen slows down when we're about 25 or so, all right? And that's why even people who are young adults, if you're, over 25 and you're watching this, you got to think about collagen too, because your body's not making as much as it used to. What that means is your body's not as resilient or as strong as it used to be. That's why collagen is actually a real important subject. And if you're somebody who is thinking about longevity, which is what a lot of people are now, it's a very, very popular subject. And in fact, my research is going into longevity. Healthy, vibrant longevity is what I'm actually working on. But if you want to actually get there, meaning older ages, all right, however long you actually want to live or wind up living, you need collagen in order to be able to get you through that whole way, all right? Now, I've given you mostly a description of collagen that talks about structure and strength in ways that you can actually easily see or feel, right? Bones, joints, skin. But actually, collagen is found elsewhere in your body as well. For example, in your eyes. Did you know that your cornea, which is like the crystal clear face of a watch, it's on the front. That's what you put a contact lens on, all right? That cornea, the clear part, is actually made of collagen. And the collagen fibers are lined up perfectly, so they're optically transparent. That means the collagen, even though it's a protein structure, is aligned so that light can go right through it. You can see right through it like a drinking glass, right? Like this.